All right, so let's do it. Time to start on our formal design now. So to get started, we're going to start off at Google, and we are going to just search Gravit. It's Gravit. Gravit Designer is what we're looking for. So here we are, right down in here, Gravit Designer, online Victor design app. Now, when it loads in, we're going to use our normal East Penn credentials to log in. All right, so a lot's going to kind of come up here. Uh, we really don't want to create an account, so we're just going to click off of that. Up on the top, it says Start Now. We're going to click on there. Take a second to load in. And when we are prompted to log in, we're not going to do anything up here. We're actually just going to go right on down to where it says Google. I'm going to click on Google to log in. It's going to ask you for your East Penn information. So that is me, C. Kohler, at eastpennsd.org. Okay. And then, of course, the old password. And then we're going to be in. This is what we have. Oop. And actually, in this one, in the center here, it says continue with Gravit Designer for free. All right, so when we get to this screen, this is where we want to be. We have to set the size. So our design is going to be 8 inches by 6 inches. Now here it says PX, that stands for pixels. We need to switch that to inches. All right, and then we are going to create. Now, once we get in here, you can see we have our design space, and that is going to represent the entire block of wood. All right. However, we cannot design on the entire thing. We need to leave a little bit of a border around the outside. I'm going to do a little routing of the edges to make it look nice. We need to leave a little bit of a border. So I'm going to come up here to the shape tool, and I'm going to select rectangle. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to draw a quick rectangle, just like that. Now, after I do that, I'm going to come on up over here, and I'm going to set the exact size that I want. So we are going to make this 7 inches wide by 5 inches. Okay, now if you have a hard time getting that, if you put one in and then this one, when you put the 5 in, it changes this, it might be that this little button here is locked. That's going to keep a ratio. We don't want that button on, so make sure that that's turned off so you could have 7 wide by 5 high. Okay, now I also want that to be centered on the workspace. So to do that, I have it highlighted. Now, if it gets unhighlighted, you see how it doesn't have any of the circles on the corners. If I just click on it, you see I get the highlighting on the shape back. I'm going to come up to where it says modify. I'm going to go down to align. Now I'm going to align it in the center. Notice it shifted it over. And then I need to do that one more time. I'm going to go to align and then to the middle. And that's going to shift it down a little so it's right in the exact spot we want it. All right, so I'm going to again select it. And now I want to come on over to where it says fill. Now, if you needed to, you might have to click on fill to open it up. But what I want to do here is I want to make this 100 into 0. All right, so let's see how that worked out. Come on, why didn't that save? All right, very good. You notice there's no shading or no coloring inside. All right, so I'm going to next come over to where it says borders, and I'm just going to click on the plus to add a border to it. Now for this, I'm going to change the thickness of the border to 2 points, and we're going to leave normal and 100%. All right, and that's going to give us a nice black rectangle. Now, this black rectangle, that is going to be where we're going to design in. All right, so we could design right up to that line. Actually, I want you to design right up to the line, to use the whole space of it. Next, we're going to go up to the text tool, which is the T right here. I'm going to come back down with the cursor. You see I got a little plus on there, and I'm just going to click down in here. All right, so it says your text. Now, this is going to be similar to what we already did last week. I'm going to type in first and last name here. And again, make sure that's your first and last name, not mine. One more time, I'm going to go to the text tool, and I'm going to put some text right over here, and I'm going to make it period 4. So that's either period 4 or period 5, whichever one you're in. So I'm going with period 4 at the moment. Then just a decimal point or a period. Next, I'd like to see your quarter. So you're in quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. And then last one is going to be the teacher who is on your schedule. So K for Kohler, T for Toth. All right, and that right there, that is going to end our initial setup. All right, so the last thing you're going to need to do is you're going to come on up to where it says File right here, and we are going to save. And when we go into save, we're going to have to give it a name. So you could write Tech Ed Design number one, whoop, number one, and we could save that. All right, and then we are good to go. Now,